Okay, so there were a few problems with my code. I had a few bugs, but now I have fixed it. So where were we? Um, okay, deleting. So we were getting an error when we were trying to remove something. Actually, no, right here in cout. I originally had it temp get data, and every time we were removing it, we were this pointer, since they're both pointing to the same location. Well, actually, yeah, since this pointer was pointing to the same location as the pointer in our list, it was getting um, deleted as well. So we were getting an access violation. So because we were trying to read memory that was not there, it was already disallocated. So what we have to do is we have to go to the list, and um, over here I changed a lot of stuff, a couple stuff actually. Every time we try to do something with our list, make sure you check to see if the header and the tail are both empty. This is in the destructor. Um, for the insertion, we can leave it like this, and but for everything else, I would recommend you to do that, just to make sure that the ending in the beginning, if they're both empty, then we don't have to do that. Because I was when I was deleting something, too, this our head was not getting set back to a null pointer, so when we tried to print, um, it was saying, oh yeah, we have something in our list, but in reality we didn't have anything in our list. So it was trying to read stuff from our um, data that was not there, so we were crashing again. Um, so what I did was I changed these names to current and next, because um, we're going to be looking here every time to see if the data is the same as the data that the user wants to delete. So it makes more sense to call this current instead of previous, and it is going to start at the head. Next is going to start one after it, so it's going to be get next instead of what we had it, because we had these two at the same starting at the same time position within our list, and the same check was being done twice, which is not ideal. Uh, but what was I gonna say? I forgot. Anyway, we want to loop as we did before, but we first want to make sure that current is not null. So we want to keep looping until current is not null. Then inside of this loop, we are going to check if the current data, if it's not equal to this, the user data, we are going to advance. So we set our current to next and our next to the get next pointer. If this does equal this, then we're going to break out. After we break out of the loop, we're going to be here. So first we need to check and make sure the next is not empty. If it is empty, then we know that we are at the end of the list. So we would go here. We're going to delete our current, set current to next, which it's I'm just gonna set it to null pointer for safety, because next might not be null. It'll probably be an error or something. So we set our current to null pointer and our tail to null pointer, since this would be the last element within our list. And then we want to check if the size of our list, if it's 1, that means that we only have one item in our list and we just deleted it. So we want to make sure that head gets set back to null pointer. So if we only have one check of head here, this would actually fail, or yeah, it would fail, so we wouldn't go through this and get an error. And then we would reduce it, which it would be 0, and then we would return true. So yeah. Now we can run it, and let's do this again. Insert and then print. So we got George in our list. Now we want to delete George, and it says George successfully removed from list. Press anything to continue. And then we print it, making sure that it actually deleted something, and it did. Oh, awesome. Now we want to get out of the program, and everything, as you can see, is working the way we want it to. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, and it is working properly now, we want to do the search. So, here we are going to actually do this. Well, just copy the whole thing. We'll copy the whole thing and make sure that everything else gets updated to what we actually want to do. Please enter a name to search for in the list. So we get the temp, as always. We get we get the user to input something. We make sure that it is greater or equal to 2 and that it's not empty. Dun, dun, dun. Here we try to find it. If it finds something, then we go here. Actually, yeah. So all we have to do here, we are not deleting anything. We're just letting the user know, yes, it exists. So we can say temp name, and since it's already over there, the temp name is in this list. If it's not, then we do that. It's not in the list. And here we actually don't want to return, because we just want to go back to the main menu. And this is telling the user that the thing they entered is not valid, to please correct it. Then we go to the main menu. Think right here, we also want to go back to the main menu. So, and let's tab this. Actually, it's already tabbed. That one's tabbed. That one's tabbed. Oh, this one. No, let's just go one down. Sorry, my mouse sometimes doesn't work correctly. There's actually a better way to do this, but we are not going to go over that. This is just fine for now. We might go over it some other time, but I want to get this thing over with. And okay, so let's run it. And okay, so first let's insert something. Let's insert George again. Then we want to search for George. Boom. George is in the list. Okay. And then we want to search for something else. Let's search for something that is not in the list. When you test your programs, you always want to try and break it. You just want to try, think of, you know, stuff that someone would do. Right now anybody can break this because, you know, when we're getting input and checking it, we are because we're using an integer on the menu. If they add something else that goes over the size of an integer, it will break. So here we search a name, right? So something that is not there. Let's do Nathan again. And it says, sorry, name specified was not found in list, so that works. And well, that works. So our program works decently, I guess. And yeah, so that's that for this tutorial. I hope you guys learned something new. If there's something you didn't understand, please let me know. I will try to explain it better. If there's something you want me to show that you would like to see, also let me know. You can post comments below or send me a message. Yeah, so hope you guys have a great time, and I'll see you next time.